What's up, you guys? This is Tracy Allen, aka the Cremation Lady. And recently, someone asked me, why does the body have to go into a cremation container, a cardboard box, prior to being cremated? So let me share with you how that stuff works, right? So the first thing I want to say, there's like a few different reasons why it's necessary to place the body in a cremation container. But the first thing is being able to efficiently move the body. Okay, so when it's time to take a loved one into our care, we're going to place that body inside of a large cardboard box. It's a corrugated cardboard box, and it's not done at the person's home or the hospital. Once we have the person, the body in our care, then as they're trying to contain the bodies that are there at the facility, each body is inside of a cardboard box. So that's the first thing, as we're taking care of those that we have to take care of. Everybody's individualized inside of that cardboard box. Now, then the next thing is the safety. We don't embalm. Okay. Now, listen, I am a pre-planning advisor. My job is not really to do all of these things. But when I'm telling people about getting a plan and people have questions and stuff like that, I like to be able to answer those things. So I've got a little bit of knowledge. I'm not an expert on cremation in terms of all the things that happen. But these are the things that I do know and understand. Okay. So now let me say this. We do not embalm for a cremation. There's no need to do that. However, when handling a dead body, you never know what fluids may come out of that body. And so once the body is inside that cardboard box, it minimizes continually touching the body and exposing one's self to any kind of fluids that may emit from the body. All right. So there's that safety part. Hopefully that makes sense. Then there's the efficiency. When it's time for the actual cremation and they're ready to place that body into the cremation chamber, then it goes in easier. And this is another thing, part of the dignity and respect, right? So instead of trying to shove a body into the cremation chamber and maybe an arm is falling over this way or whatever, you're containing the body so that it's, again, just respectful, to minimize the touch as much as possible and making sure that you're not abusing the body as you're trying to handle it. You'd be surprised how careful the guys that do this stuff are with the bodies. I went on a tour at one of our facilities in Fullerton, California, and just watched how they did everything. And it was just very respectful. And for me, being someone that has this plan and understands that someday this is what's going to happen to me, I appreciated seeing the care that went into all of this. So again, making sure that the body is contained inside of that cardboard box is a good thing. It's very respectful. And here in California, it's a requirement. Some states, it's not a requirement, but it is here. So I was on an appointment one time, and a gentleman, he says, I don't want my the cardboard box ashes to be mixed with my ashes. So let me say a couple of things about that. The term ashes, two different things. Once we're cremated, it's our cremains that are left. We're not ashes. When you think about things that you've seen burn and have ash, it's typically black and gray and white all kind of mixed together. Right? You think if you've seen a house or wood or anything burn and there's ashes, it's a different texture, it's a different look and all of that. Cremains, it's whatever's inside of us, and the bone, it comes down to like a sand type look. And if there's chunks of bone and stuff like that, all of that stuff gets pulverized. And so it can get, refined as much as possible. And then the cremains are then placed inside of a plastic bag, and that bag is put inside of a box. The company I work for, we place it inside of a nice little box. Or If we have the urn on hand, then we'll return the urn with the cremains to the family. If we do not have the urn with us and the family has the urn, and they're, you know, someone that's uncomfortable messing with the cremains and stuff, then our delivery folks will typically put the bag inside the urn for them. And it's really easy. It's just some screws at the bottom. Makes it super simple. But just saying, there's that care that goes into that as well. So it's the cremains, not ashes. But, you know, I explained to him how everything gets disintegrated. Okay, sometimes people will say, well, can I wear my favorite suit? What happens to my suit? Will there be pieces of the material left in the ashes? No, there will be no parts of your clothing left in the cremains. All of that will be disintegrated. And if you have an artificial hip or any titanium or metal pieces and stuff like that, those things get removed. They're not going to disintegrate, okay, but they will be removed. However, keep in mind that if you have, let's say, a pacemaker or any kind of electronic devices implanted into the body, that has to be removed prior to going into a cremation chamber, because it can blow up the retort. And a lot of people don't realize that. And so there are companies that will charge extra for that. The company I work for does not. So right now, I don't have a pacemaker. But who's to say? Maybe in another 10, 20 years, if I'm still around and I need a pacemaker, that's not going to be an extra charge on my family. So there you have it, you guys. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I don't know every single thing about the actual cremation. My job is to help people to put a plan in place while you're still alive, so that whenever the time comes, the folks that handle all of that stuff will take care of it. But it is also my job to be aware of some of the things that I'm sharing with you. So there you have it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop the comments below. Any feedback, drop those comments. If you have something you want me to talk about in the future, drop it in the comments, you guys. I'm here to share the importance of planning, but also making sure that you understand some things that maybe you don't understand when it comes to the cremation industry, right? So until the next time, thank you so much for stopping by. Please make sure that you like the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because I'm working on me. I'm ready to give you some good content, okay? Thank you so much. Oh, and speaking of cremains, I just want to share that. If you watch the video I did with my mom's cremains, I'm wearing my little pendant and stuff, and I absolutely love it. Thank you, guys. Talk to you later. Ciao for now.